XDefiant is just under 2 weeks away from its full release, and at the launch there are going to be 5 separate factions to choose from, each of which have different active and passive abilities. After having a chance to sink my teeth into the open beta, it is obvious that these abilities, especially the passive ones, can drastically help or hinder you depending on your playstyle. That is why in this video I'm going to break down the 3 factions that I played the most and also talk about how their abilities can synergize with different playstyles. If this video helps you out at all, then help me out by hitting that like button. But let's go ahead, cut this plug, and get right into it. Starting off, let's go ahead and talk about the Cleaners. This faction actually has an incredibly strong passive ability as well as some useful tactical abilities. The maps where you're gonna end up playing close and personal and really run and gun is where this faction shines. Let's break down the abilities quickly here, starting off with the passive, which is going to inflict extra burn damage. This isn't an overpowering amount of damage, but in a game with a quick time to kill like XDefiant, any and all extra DPS definitely helps. Personally, that's the main reason that I run the Cleaners when I'm playing on these smaller maps and plan on playing that run and gun SMG style gameplay. But the Cleaners also have active abilities, one of which is dropping a Molotov on your position, which burns the whole area. The other one, you can send out a flaming drone. And I gotta say, hands down, nothing feels better than locking down a control spot with a Molotov. But let's go ahead and move on into the second faction that I want to talk about, and that is the Phantom. Phantoms are my sniping class, and that is for one main reason. This being their passive ability. Their passive gives them 20 extra health, which is actually massive. Like I said before, the time to kill in this game is really next to nothing, so having a bit of some extra health, even only 20, really helps out, especially when you're out there trying to land some snipes. Not to mention the shield barrier ability, which is actually fairly useful for rotating into different spots to have angles to land snipes at. I was for sure picking the Phantoms on any map that I planned on sniping in. That is, well, at least for the majority of the playtest, and I say that because the final faction that I wanted to talk about is Echelon, and unfortunately during the test, Echelon got deleted, but before they did, this was actually my go-to faction. It works really well both in close range, run and gun, as well as the slower sniper style play. The passive keeps you off of the enemy's minimap, which is good in all scenarios. Not to mention the ultimate ability on the Echelon class is by far the most fun one to use. This is where you drop your Splinter Cell goggles and get down with that pistol. During the playtest though, Echelon was a bit bugged and got taken out of the game pretty swiftly, so I didn't get a ton of time to work out if they are going to be my main faction. Speaking of main factions, be sure to let me know down in the comments which factions you guys plan on maining in XDefiant. Also, let me know what game modes you guys plan on jumping into. But that is really all of the information that I wanted to go over in this video. I hope you guys all have an amazing day. I'm out.